everybody. Words cannot describe how awesome Super Bowl 51 was. Words cannot describe what I just saw several hours ago. Several hours ago. Yeah, you see this video is kind of late because I still have a hard time believing what I saw. Of course, coming into Super Bowl, and that is, of course, if you haven't noticed by now, this is my review of the New England Patriots versus the Falcons Super Bowl 51. Um, Words cannot describe what I just saw. Brief history. Coming into this Super Bowl, of course, I wanted the Patriots to win. It was Tom Brady of the New England Patriots and Aaron Rodgers of the Green Bay Packers, which got me back to watching and tuning into NFL football full time after boycotting NFL football for several years. These two guys brought me back to football. Then I got to see lots of good stuff from other teams. Got to see new guys on the Falcons, like then I saw the very awesome Falcons game, Falcons versus Green Bay Packers AFC championship games where the Falcons surprised the hell out of me, defeating and dominating the Green Bay Packers. And I got to see new athletes like from the Green Bay Packers. There was the Jody Nelson guy who played with an abdominal injury, who played that entire game with an abdominal injury. Then of course the winning team, the Falcons, you had Matt Ryan, Devonta Freeman, and the GOAT Julio Jones, man, new badass players. I've always been a huge Falcons fan, but yeah, Falcons, they were one of my childhood teams. Pretty much my favorite NFL teams are Green Bay Packers, New England Patriots, the Falcons, the Indiana Colts, the Buccaneers, and of course the Vikings, and last but not least the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers. These are my top favorite teams. But Pittsburgh Steelers, I became a huge fan of back in, I think it was 2015. They were featured in a lot of games over the teams I wanted to see, so I got to see how awesome it was, and they got that really cool blue and green thing going on. Then of course the Colts, Vikings, Buccaneers, and the Falcons. Those were my childhood. Childhood teams, but none of those teams I just mentioned have like really done anything recently. Well, the Colts did go to the Super Bowl one year, but like I said, none of those teams have really done anything recently to get me to tune in to tune into every game. And then when I want to see them, they weren't always featured. That's how I discovered the Steelers. The Steelers and another team, the Oakland Raiders, who I'm not like a super fan of, but I like the Oakland Raiders. I'm not a super fan of them, but the Steelers and Raiders, they were featured in lots of games, as were another cool team, the Carolina Panthers. They were featured in a lot of games that I didn't care about over the teams I actually wanted to see. Yeah, so like I said, yeah, this past season, the Falcons, I mostly have been reading the results and watching highlights of what they've done. Now, this upcoming 2017-18 season, I'll be watching more from the Falcons after this phenomenal season. I'll be watching more after this phenomenal season. Then of course, but this brief history. I had the Falcons winning the Super Bowl, man. I wanted the Patriots to win so Brady could win that fifth Super Bowl ring. Super Bowl ring. But I predicted the Falcons. Yeah, my Facebook profile has a Patriots do the job picture versus the Falcons rise up. But in the when come game day, I voted for the Falcons. I voted for the Falcons for winning the Super Bowl because the Falcons Tom Brady, first off, he is the GOAT, but he's like the best on the team. There's that Mitchell guy. There's also that Chris Hogan guy, and that James White guy. But Tom Brady, of course, is the best. Tom Brady is the best, and Tom Brady, he's getting up there in age. He's 39 years old. Will be 40 this year. So that's one thing the Falcons had. They had the power of youth, and the Falcons just had a much better team, and they played a much stronger game, defeating the Packers to at the NFC AFC championships to qualify for the Super Bowl, and of course the Patriots defeated the Pittsburgh Steelers that squashed the Steelers in a pretty okay game, but that game was nowhere near as good as that Packers Falcons game. So I thought the Falcons were gonna destroy all, and it started off that way. First off, it started off a stalemate. Neither team scoring. Each team had each other's number. Then 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 Freeman, I think he scored the very first touchdown for the Falcons where he dived onto the what's his name. Then of course um I keep forgetting his name. I'm on the internet right now. Yeah, it was Tevin Coleman. It was it was oh yeah, no, first it was Tevin Coleman who scored the first touchdown to score 7 points. Then later then later Devontae Freeman um um scored another touchdown, I think, to bring it to 11, and then of course um Austin, I think Hooper, yeah, he scored another one to bring it to bring it to 28, to bring it to 20, to bring it to 28, to bring it to 28, and it stayed like that for several periods. But then Tom Brady, I think he kicked a field goal. One of the Patriots kicked a field goal, getting 3 points in for like the first two periods. The Falcons, the Falcons were just dominating and we're about to win. We're dominating and we're just crushing the Patriots. You can see the disappointment on Tom Brady's face, and I was just watching the rest. I was just watching rest just to finish the game. Just to finish the game, I was like, yo, we should probably. I was thinking I should probably turn the game off now because Patriots are just about to lose. There's no way they'll catch. There's no way they'll catch up. There's no way to catch up. But then um White, he scores. James White scores another touchdown. That scores James White scores another touchdown. Then um James White, he scores two touchdowns, and then Danny Almondala scores some touchdowns, scores a touchdown. Then James White, he scores another touchdown to bring it up to 28, and then of course, but before that, it was also some weird fumble, some weird fumble by Grady, which got them to catch up, Then of course Grady threw the ball, I think, to Hogan, and Hogan scored another touchdown. There was so much action to call, man. There was just so much action, but what some of the cool highlights were James White. When the Patriots and the Falcons clashed with each other, he dived over to score the touchdown. He dived over to score a touchdown, and he did the same thing in the end in the tiebreaker to win the Super Bowl. But this is the first time in history, first time in a while that The Patriots came back from a 328 deficit and managed to not only tie with the Falcons, but come back, bring it home, and win the Super Bowl. Tom Brady showed tonight why he is the one of the best players of all time. Like I said, I gave the Patriots no chance against the Falcons. This right here will forever. This right here will. This is not only a lesson to myself, but to everyone. This is not only a lesson to everyone else, but to myself. Never underestimate the Patriots, because like I said, I wanted to win, but I gave them no chance, man. Yeah, what a phenomenal game, man. Just so much exciting action. Nothing in the game like really wowed me. Nothing in the game really wowed me. Like I said, it started off with a stalemate. Then the Falcons dominated the first two periods. Then the Patriots. It was that third period where things really got going. I'm like, wow, the Patriots can turn this around, and they did. They did, man. Well, like I said, that was Super Bowl 51, man. That was Super Bowl 51. Everything was good. I loved the pre. Liked loved the national anthem. Loved the pre-fight or pre-game intros, which they had this middle-aged African American um saying the Patriots quotes, and then the Patriots made their awesome entrance. Then the Falcons with the saying their famous quote, "Rise up," and they made their entrance. The George H.W. Bush Senior, the elder George Bush was there. The elder George Bush was there despite his declining health. The talk here is that he missed Trump's inauguration, but he was here. He was here at the Super Bowl. He had to miss due to his health problems. He had to miss the Trump's inauguration, but he was here at the Super Bowl. Then, of course, yeah, I like it when famous people are at Super Bowl or any special event or any sporting event, because it makes the event seem more epic. Makes it seem more epic, more big time. Gotta see, and that's what shows like the Super Bowl, WrestleMania, the Stanley Cup, Bound for Glory, all those shows. That's what it should be every time. Yeah, mad that with arena football, which is about to start, they won't have this same publicity. They won't have all this when it's time for their arena bowl. Yeah, yeah. Then of course everything was good except for that halftime show with Lady Gaga. That was the worst part, and it went on. I remember turning the TV off briefly during that segment. I turned the TV off and turned it back on as soon as the game. I came to see the football game, but like I said, a phenomenal game, man. I still can't get over what I saw, man. So I'm sorry if I'm not elaborating more. Even after watching the highlights, I still can't remember it all. Because like I said, first two periods, nothing really wowed me. And like I said, I expected the Patriots to lose. They surprised the hell out of me by winning, man. Man, talk about an awesome game, man. Well, this was my review of Super Bowl. This was my review and my thoughts on Super Bowl 51. All right. I'm done, people.